Every night through Imola's air, the engines scream like they just don't care. Sets up the track with the spin so wild, Franco takes his seat like a rebel child. A roar ignites through Imola's air, the engines scream like they just don't care. Jacks off the track with the spin so wild, Franco takes his seat like a rebel child. Speeding through 2025 we ride. Enzo, Dino, the spirits of ride. Oscar keeps winning his streaks, no myth. Every curve alive with electric bliss. Temporello cursive way back then, it haunts the brave again and again. Thunder rolls through Emilia. The track is ruthless yet oh so holy. Speeding through 2025 we ride. Enzo, Dino, the spirits of ride. Oscar keeps winning his streaks, no myth. Every curve alive with electric bliss. Helmet clicks in the midday sun. Tarmac battles are never done. T4C chasing, they fill the stands. Heartbeat racing like shifting sands. Adrenaline fuels this game of kings. Anticipate where victory sings. Franco's poised and the grid's ablaze. Legends born on these twisting ways. In the midday sun, tarmac battles are never done. T4C chanting, they fill the stands. Heartbeat racing like shifting sands. Adrenaline fuels this game of kings. Anticipate where victory sings. Franco's boys and the cribs ablaze. Legends born on these twisting ways. Whoa, let's electric bliss. Whoa, let's electric bliss.
Left side. Clear left.
I made it through the first couple corners here at Imola.
Okay, Jason, decent start. We can build something from here.
We can get a moment to breathe. This is where we're going this weekend for Formula One. Haven't been here a lot recently because of COVID and some very inclement weather.
Car right. Still there. Clear right.
Thank you, Yuki. Got to hunt down Bearman here. So we did just try this race, but I lost all the audio. So we watched the Miami Grand Prix is actually really good. So it's the sprint. It's just shocking. I don't like driving the track, so but there's a difference between enjoying the drive around the track and then the actual racing action it produces. Which is the disconnect for me. It's I don't like driving Miami. But the race was actually really good, so
The leader's just done 123.44. The gap behind us now 0.35. That last lap was at 124.68. Sector 2 is 0.6 off the pace.
so McLarens are still dominating everything.
E9.
And Carlos is actually doing really well for being in the Williams. You know, last year that would have been absolutely unheard of for Williams to be doing this well. But they must have got something right with the car. I have to check and make sure my pit strategy is correct. Hate to go in there and not get tires. And the Lego race was a great watch. It's available on YouTube. Definitely go watch it. It's actually probably more fun than the actual Grand Prix was. Just because just seeing the drivers doing something that's so ridiculous and fun.
Your lap time was 124.
On your left. Clear left.
And they might be professional drivers, but they still act like kids when
Alright, Jason, the next car is Russell.
you stick them in something like that. Of course, they started off pretty good, and then eventually came into, you know, them crashing into the walls and making jokes at each other, and most of them. Lance Stroll didn't look like he was having very fun, but he never looks like he's having fun, so.
On your right. Clear right.
Ignore that fucker in the mirror. Stick to your line. Nail those exits.
So yeah, the Lego race is probably my favorite thing that happened all weekend. Whoa, wrecked cars.
Car left. Clear left.
Oh, come on, Ferrari.
Fastest lap for Norris, 123.44.
Up that.
Stay on it, keep digging. E7, sector 3 is 2.1 off the pace.
Signs for this race. We haven't been to Imola a lot. So even the drivers that have been on the grid for a while haven't really spent a lot of time here. This track has kind of a unfortunate history with the death of Senna and Ratzenberger on the same weekend. Which, when that actually happened, I could not watch Formula One
Okay, Jason, hold your nerve. Just keep it smooth. No mistakes.
because of the broadcasting. Like, where I live, there was no... It was definitely a secondary or tertiary thing they would... And it was always on cable, which I did not have cable either, so I did not actually see that race.
1:34. That's your best lap in the session.
I actually learned about Senna dying on that Sunday while watching the NASCAR race, because Dale Earnhardt, ooh dears, won the race, and when he was getting out of his car, he mentioned the death of Senna, and that's how I found out about it.
Acknowledged. Pit stop requested. Pit crew is ready.
Oh dear. We're doing a quarter race, but the tires are also tire wear set to match, so which I'm sure that the AI is going to go on to softs again, because that's what they do.
Piastri is now in the lead. Look out for the pit speed limit. There, behind is pitting.
Unsafe release by a Ferrari there.
We're done. Go, go.
So the AI will jump onto softs again, but I like to at least follow the rules here.
There's a car approaching. Stay behind the line. The brake temperatures are low. We need to get some heat into them.
Oh,
Left side, clear left.
I was actually distracted by the car coming up behind me, even though I knew that he would phase through me. Because they don't give you any regard when you're in that invulnerable state in the pits. They'll just drive right through you, and that's very disconcerting when you see them coming up in your mirrors like that, and they're not slowing, they're not reacting to the fact that you exist at all. It's weird.
The next car is Hamilton.
So because of the unfortunate
On your right. Clear right.
occurrences here, they have changed this track several times.
P9 is gaining on you. The gap is now 0.133.
Here's the problem with driving this track, though, at least on the sim here, is the DRS is way strong.
On your left. Hold your line. Clear left.
So if you miss that chicane, if you don't get out of that chicane,
Now 68 Fahrenheit.
you're basically just cooked. If they have DRS on you, like. But if you manage to catch somebody, oh dear, I am not cut out to be a F1 driver. I'm trying to change settings while driving around a technical corner. Yeah. Guess that's why I work as I don't drive for a living.
0.31.
See, and Behrman now has DRS on me, and he's just going to absolutely...
The fastest lap for Verstappen, 123.44.
He's going to absolutely have me unless I turn up my energy deploys. Even still, he's not deploying, and he's just so much faster than me.
Clear left.
Help if I get into high gear, but...
Okay, on fuel P9. Oh, for fuck's sake, Jason. Come on, mate, defend your position.
Now we have to stay within a second of him to get the DRS.
Car ahead is there.
Oh, we might not have it here.
Fahrenheit.
Especially if you can't keep it on the track. Got it.
Leader has just done a 120.
Right side.
Oh,
Clear right. Right side.
didn't mean to take the
clear
Haas out like that.
Good pass. Now keep pushing.
Good pass. That was a terrible pass. He went into that corner pretty slow.
Okay, Jason, keep it nice and smooth. Come on, let the race come to us. 8th place.
Totally botched those corners. Well, my hot take on this track is I think this one is better than Monza for the Italian tracks. It's certainly way more interesting to drive. That doesn't necessarily equate to better on-track action, though, so I just find it much more enjoyable to drive this one
Off your fuel.
because all the corners are very distinct. And there's lots of elevation change, and this is definitely a better track to drive. Certainly better to drive than the one we raced at.
Car left.
Oh no, he's got DRS on us now.
Clear left.
Keep it out of the gravel traps. Gotta deploy everything we got here.
Okay, temperature's decreasing. It's there.
Left side. Clear left.
Come on, push like a bastard. We'll get this guy.
Not if we drive like that, Jim. I'm not exactly up to form here. Especially after doing this already today. You don't need to slow down there like that. Starting to drive scruffier and scruffier as the day goes on. Oh, I forgot to deploy more. We still got DRS though, so. So here he should be an easy pass. Which, if the race goes like this, it'll make this race kind of not interesting.
Clear right.
Sector 1 is 1.1 seconds off the pace. Nice one, Jason. Great move. Keep it up.
Because there's really only one passing point on this track, at least in AMS2 here. That's why I like driving this track. I'm not so keen on racing on it. I don't know if that makes any sense, but you know,
The driver in front of us is Hamilton.
whether or not that means anything in the real world, we'll see. You don't have to go down to first gear for that.
Gap 2 there. Behind is increasing. It's now 1.2.
Hopefully he doesn't have DRS on us this round. So what are we looking forward to at the race? I would really...
Was at 123.58. Good luck. That's your quickest today.
I, of course, would like to see my drivers up towards the front. Carlos and Fernando, but the Aston Martin is apparently driving, looks like he's driving a dump truck out there, because with how fast that is. I mean, Stroll seems to be doing better this year than him, so yikes. Carlos has been having actually a way better run of races than one would have expected when he took the position at Williams. Like, he was like really going to like the worst team there is, and they're actually doing much better than I would have expected. But you know, speaking of Carlos, he is the, what are they calling him? The ambassador to the new Spanish street track. The Madrid or something, whatever. It looks like they're trying to make new video game tracks. They're like, another street circuit, but they're going to put a ridiculous corner in it that's banked, which I've often said, you know, we need good, unique corners or corner complexes, you know, the ones that make the track really stand out. That's what that one's going to do, but it seems a bit artificial. I know it seems dumb to say, but you know, when you're like the corner that I think of here is Aqua Minerale. You know, there used to be a weird chicane down in there. Now it's just a series of really shockingly fast corners.
7th position. The gap is now 1.8 seconds. A slow into Romagna 1. The window is now closed. One more lap to go. You've just done a 123.72.
This one, you know, Aqua Minerale, it just flows with the hills, like they scouted for this track, not just this city has lots of money.
You're reeling Hamilton in. The gap's now 0.5.
His pace certainly seems to have fallen off. So you come down here, and it's, you know, the terrain around there feels more natural than, you know, than what I suspect that banked corner is going to be like in the Madrid street race.
Right side, clear right.
That's a really easy pass. I don't know what's going on with Hamilton.
P7. Well done, mate. Good finish.
P7, that's pretty good. I mean, we didn't drive very good, but it's a better, a respectable finish for a driver of my lacking quality. So will we see McLaren at the front? Yeah, probably. Will we see either of my two
Car left.
drivers doing well? Maybe, maybe not. I mean, Science has got a decent chance of, scoring points. Alonso, boy, Alonso, hope Weck's really calling your name, I did watch Kevin Magnussen race like, a couple weeks ago. He did the, it was actually here, is the 6 hours of Imola. I just turned it on the highlights and saw his name and was like, oh, that was fun to, see K-Mag, and he wasn't doing the, he wasn't driving around like the terrorist he was in F1.
Car right, clear right.
He certainly did make things interesting.
Watch your speed.
So will we see Verstappen on top? Who knows? We probably will see Oscar towards the front, though. And, of course, George Russell, he's been Mr. Consistency this year so far. So we'll see if he continues with his rather consistent finishes. He's been, top 5 every single race. And, definitely keep an eye on Yuki. Still hoping he does well. And of course we'll get to see another new rookie. Kind of makes you wonder how many, aside from the 1950 season, what's the most amount of rookies one's seen in a season? That'd be a stat that I'm sure one of the commentators could expound upon. So, well, enjoy watching the race, and I'll see you next time.